Welcome back for another video. Last game week was a roller coaster. 88 points all out thanks to a monster haul from Salah to end the game week. 2 goals, 2 assists, 42 points as captain. So a green arrow to 117k. It'd be amazing if I can sneak inside the top 100k before the new year. I just about resisted the temptation to sell Bowen or Van Heck. Iwobi and Castagna were the 2 players I was looking at, as Fulham did go on to keep a clean sheet in fairness, but hopefully the patience will be rewarded with 2 bank transfers now, and now a Saka injury to deal with. A clean sheet from Colwell, Bowen with an assist and a bonus point, and of course the Isak hat-trick. Was it an oversight to bench Semenyo? It was never in consideration really. Wood and Strand Larsen not involved in the 5 goals across their teams. Strand Larsen got the nod because Leicester hadn't shown improvement defensively, and Wood got the start because Brentford are missing Pinnock and Van den Berg. Still a decent game week all in all. Did any of you manage to score 100 plus points? Let's have a look at some of your highs and lows sent in this week then. Martin didn't quite hit 100, but he finished on 96 and he went from 1.2k to 682nd in the world. And further to that, he's only made 1 transfer in the last 6 game weeks, so he's got 5 free transfers, incredible position to be in. Jordan took a -4 to buy Isak and started Rodgers for an insane 106 point game week, 102 after the hit, huge points. Gidrav sent their team in with just the caption, disaster. Finished on 56 points, blanks from Flecken, Vardy, Saka, Renzo, Jackson and João Pedro. Honestly a great team as well, very unlucky. And the bench is truly unbelievable here. Kirkes with 6, Rodgers 14, Aina 15, 35 points on the bench. The lowest score from a top 10k team was 17 points. Everyone blanked in their team except Bowen's assist. They got a red arrow from 9k to 220k. Lastly, Tor 678, who absolutely killed it, activated their bench boost for 24 points on the bench, which is very respectable. I'll be more than happy if I get 24 whenever I use mine. Ended the game week on 126 points and a green arrow to 731st in the world. Well played. There were loads sent in, and sorry I can only include a few. Thanks for sending in. Let's move on to the team selection and transfer plans. In goal, Raya plays home to Ipswich, with Arsenal massive favourites for a clean sheet here, given a 59% chance. Exactly 16 expected goals conceded this season, which ranks best in the league. Liverpool close behind on 16.18. Almost halfway into the season now, quite a few surprise names have fared well. Let's actually pull up the table to look at. So Forest the 3rd best, Villa 4th, Fulham 5th and Everton 6th. And Chelsea quite further down than I expected, barely ahead of Man United for XGC. And a huge drop off for Man City, who are 12th best now, and Spurs 5th worst. I think we need to readjust some of our opinions on these teams. City isn't a red fixture for attackers, and Everton's not a green one right now. My back 3 this week is Colwell, Gabriel and Trent. Fortunately I was able to take the Porro price fall as it didn't affect my sell price, allowing for a bit more time to weigh up the next move, and I've now made it. Trent joins the team ahead of Leicester home. Fun fact, and quite a strange coincidence, on that exact day that they play Leicester, 26th December, in 2019, Trent famously got a goal and 3 assists against Leicester for a 24-pointer. I mean, I'd be delighted if he manages even half of that, honestly. He is top for expected goal involvement among all defenders, elite defence this season, and he's got that double game week to come at some point, so it just makes a lot of sense to buy right now, and selling Saka is an easy way to fund him, plus get Porro out, who has been a poor pick for me. I mean, the only time Porro's done great was City away when I benched his 14-pointer. I'm quite surprised Gabriel's ownership isn't significantly higher than 25%, but good news for those of us that have him anyway. I would have expected it to be about double that for what he offers. Huge clean sheet potential this week, and always a chance of a return off a set piece. 2.1 expected goals this season, which only Munoz and Milenkovic can better among defenders. Chelsea hosts Fulham on Boxing Day, with Colwell expected to return to his left centre-back role, with Cucurella returning from suspension, having played left-back against Everton last game week. Chelsea were 4th on the clean sheet odds this week. Fulham are no pushovers though they could be missing a few players like Lukic in midfield. It looks like Jimenez is going to get his start in the wrong order for owners. Benched for that Southampton game last match, and he could be in line for a start at Stamford Bridge. So it's awful news for Saka, for Arsenal and everyone that owns him in FPL. Hamstring injury, and in the press conference Arteta said he'll be back before the end of the season. According to reliable in the know accounts, it's looking like 8+ weeks, so he's likely out until March until we next see him. So Saka has left the team. My midfield is Bowen, Palmer, Salah, Ødegaard and Semenyo. I'm glad I waited because initially Bruno was the plan, but after sitting on it a bit more I've landed on Ødegaard. If you watch the players to buy video, they were dead even for the next 5 expectations, and I'm taking the opportunity to back the lesser owned one when it's that close. Further to that, it's an incredible fixture off the bat, home to Ipswich, and it would be a shame to have no attackers for that game. And then it's Brentford, which shouldn't be classified as a red fixture really. If you pull up Brentford on the app, as far as defenders, they've got Pinnock, Van den Berg, Roeslev, Henry and Hickey all flagged at the moment. So in my view, it's two great fixtures on the bounce for Arsenal. Further to that, in Saka's absence, he'll be on corners on the right side, who's going to be on the set pieces, and also notably, a good chance of being on penalties. It's not out of the question for Havertz or Jesus to take one though. Looking at Man United's games, Wolves is a pretty nice fixture in fairness next, unless you fancy them for a new manager bounce. And then it's Newcastle, not easy, Liverpool, not easy. And then after that the fixtures are very good, Southampton home, Brighton home. There's always the option to sell Ødegaard for Bruno then after a few weeks. Or if Ødegaard's been doing well, then Bowen to Ahmad for example is an alternative option. So that's the reasoning. Are you on Bruno, Ødegaard or someone else as a Saka replacement? I mean, it's hard to fault the likes of Enzo, Ahmad, Sarr, Son, etc. as options. There's so many good picks right now. It's breaking the template up, which is only a good thing as well. So it's the end of the 5-week punt on Bowen. He's done alright, he's not set the world alight, but 3 returns in 5 game weeks is okay. Can he finish the run on a high against Southampton though? My understanding is new coach Juric will get them playing very differently, and he will improve them defensively from what I've seen. There is a chance that I keep Bowen in Gameweek 19, but he'd be benched for the Liverpool game in all likelihood. Captain Salah this week. I think it's one of the most obvious captaincies we've had all season. He's on a record-breaking pace, and he's going to obliterate the all-time record that he set himself of 303 points back in 2017-18 in his first Liverpool season as well. He needs to average 5.7 points per match to beat it. This season he's averaging an absurd 11.1 points per match. Nonetheless, it's a solid home fixture for Palmer, who should return back under 100% effective ownership this week. It's going to be a 10-player game week if you've got Salah captain. He's very likely going to be at 200% EO, meaning if he's your captain you'll gain nothing rank-wise for any points that he actually gets, possibly even lose rank if he gets over 200% EO due to some triple captaincies. Semenyo completes the midfield. Hilariously, the 2 times that I've benched him while owning him was against Man United and Man City, which are the 2 times he actually scored over that span, blanking against the likes of Leicester, Ipswich and Wolves. It kind of makes sense when you think about it, because Bournemouth don't shy away from these tougher games. Opponents that are expected to attack them and leave more space in behind. Can he deliver home to Palace on Thursday? It's a front 2 this week of Wood and Isak. I'm taking some confidence going into this Spurs fixture given all their players sidelined at the back. Udogie made the bench against Liverpool, but he was an unused substitute. We might see him involved, but either way, it's a Spurs team that can be got at right now, especially in the home fixture for Forest. Van den Ven, Romero and Vicari not back till the new year. Isak completes the starting 11 playing home to Villa on Thursday afternoon. Can he keep his streak of form running? 4.87 expected goal involvement over the last 4 game weeks, which only Palmer can beat in the entire league. And further to that, he's created 5 big chances, which is most in the league over that run. He's playing like a complete forward right now. The best striker in the league on current form anyway. The bench this week is Fabianski, Van Heck, Strand Larsen and Greaves. So pretty solid depth in case of any surprise rotation, but in theory with this team it'd be quite surprising if anyone misses out. So 2 free transfers have been made and locked in, Saka to Ødegaard and Porro to Trent. Perhaps there's an outside chance of Trent not starting in such a great fixture, but Bradley's still out, so it would mean Quansah and Gomez starting, one of them in right back and one in centre back. I think it's likely that Tsimikas starts over Robertson and unchanged at the back otherwise, maybe Quansah in for Gomez. So those 2 moves have left me with 0.5 mil in the bank for a possible Van Heck to Munoz transfer in Gameweek 19 when Palace are home to Southampton, or I could sell Bowen for someone like Eze, Sarr, Enzo etc. There's actually an unbelievable rotation between Rodgers and Bowen, so that's a good option as well in my case, if I were to sell Semenyo instead. There's less than a day and a half from Gameweek 18 ending to Gameweek 19 starting, so we're going to have to think fast about possible transfers, with minimal time to think about all the options. I might bide my time and just go for the Munoz route to leave the door open for Bowen to Ahmad later. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe if you want to follow my team for the rest of the season and other content on this channel. Have a great Christmas everyone, see you soon for the next one.